Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Line Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Knights against Joey's Ynnari. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Aeldari continued, the Ynnari continued their assault on this planet, a Knight household geek that they are trying to take back, that had historically in the past been part of the Eldar, an Eldar craft world. So they are trying to take it back, and the Knight household is fighting desperately and called in for assistance from the Dark Angels. So the battle is going to be continue to rage here as both sides struggle to gain control of this planet. This is going to be a tournament prep list. This is my list that I am going to be taking to LVO. I'm hoping it does well. So Joey was kind enough to throw at me some hard-nosed Ynnari here to try to see how it will handle against all the hard-nosed Ynnari that I'm going to be facing in Las Vegas. We're going to be playing mission number 6, which is Precious Cargo. So there are 4 objectives. There's one right over here, one back over here, one over there, and then there's one inside the building over there. Essentially what he did was you deployed the 4 of them on the table, and then you got to choose one of them to be your precious cargo, and you got to move it up to 6 inches, and that meant that this became my priority target, my priority objective, and Joey chose that as his priority objective, and we moved him back into cover in the buildings. Essentially you get the bonus point for the ITC mission if you control your opponent's objective. So that is the story. That is the mission. Our secondaries, I forgot to go over secondaries. Secondaries, I'm going to be going with Old School, Recon, and Big Game Hunter. And my opponent chose Old School, Recon, and Titan Slayer. So he's going to be trying to put some wounds onto my Knights. So that is the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment and 2 super heavy auxiliary detachments. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have Samael and 2 Talon Masters. We have 4 5-man scout squads with bolters. 1 squad has a heavy bolter. We have 2 3-man aggressor squads. Then for the first super heavy auxiliary detachment, we have a Knight Gallant. And last but not least, we have a Knight Castellan. So for the Ynnari, he will have a battalion detachment and an air wing detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a Farseer, we have Yvrain, and we have a Warlock. We have 2 5-man Dire Avenger squads. We have a 20-man Guardian squad with 2 Shuriken Cannon platforms. We have a 6-person squad of Howling Banshees. We have a 6-man Shining Spear squad. We have a 7-man Dark Reaper squad. We have 2 Wave Serpents. And last but not least, we have the Air Wing detachment with 1 Hemlock and 2 Crimson Hunter Exarchs. All right, so those are the armies. Going over deployment now. I've got a 5-man scout squad back in the building here. I've got my Knight Gallant up on the line here. I've got my 2 aggressor squads up in front there, followed behind by my 2 speeders, or my 3 speeders, I should say, Samael being right in the middle of the 2 Talon Masters. I've got my Knight Castellan over here. I've got another 5-man squad of scouts inside the building over here. My heavy bolter guy is in this squad here. I've got another 5-man scout squad inside the building over here, and another 5-man scout squad behind the building over here. Going over deployment for the Ynnari, we've got one of his Crimson Hunter Exarchs back in the corner over here. We've got a 5-man Dire Avenger squad right there. We've got a Wave Serpent. Inside of this Wave Serpent is the Dark Reapers and a 5-man squad of Dire Avengers. We have the 20-man Guardian squad inside the cover over here. We've got the Hemlock Wraith Fighter back over here. We've got another Wave Serpent. Inside of this Wave Serpent are the Howling Banshees and his 3 characters. We have the Shining Spears back in the building over here, and we have the last Crimson Hunter Exarch back over in this corner. So, as of right now, the Dark Angels and Knights will be going first, unless my opponent can seize the initiative, looking for a 6. No, does not get a 6, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These scouts stood still. My Gallant advanced up this way, rolling a 6 for his advance. My scouts stood still over here. My 2 aggressors squads advanced up over this way. The speeders moved up behind them. These scouts stood still where they were. My castellan and my other scouts over here both stood still. So that's it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, my castellan is going to fire first. He's going to fire his volcano lance into this guy. He's going to fire his plasma decimator into this guy, and I'm going to put a siege breaker cannon into each of them. So we're going to start with the volcano lance. So it's heavy D6 shots. Getting 1 shot. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Back into a 1. Do I get the command point back at least? I do. So that's it for getting my command points back. But so I'm going to have the 1 shot here. This is going to be hitting on a 3. That is a hit. Strength 14, so wounding on a 2. Boy. Now the plasma decimator is going to fire into his other speeder over there. So it's going to be heavy 2d6. Getting 3 shots here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits. Strength 7, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting no wounds. So now the twin siege breaker cannon is going to fire 1 into him, 1 into him. So we'll start over here. Heavy 2d3. Getting 4 shots here. These are going to be, again, hitting on 3s. That is 4 hits. These are strength 7, so wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 3. 6 up save. No, goes through. So that's going to be D3 damage. 1 damage. It's actually minus 1, but he did still fail at, but he does have Spirit Stone to try to ignore this. Does not. And then the heavy 2d3 into him. Getting 5 shots here onto this guy. So these are going to again be hitting on 3s. Getting 4 hits. Strength 7, looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus 1. Makes 1, fails 1. D3 damage. It's going to be 3 damage. So these are going to be the Spirit Stones. Failing all of them, so taking 3 damage. All right, so now my aggressors here are going to fire into his guardians there. So they've moved, so they're going to have 6 shots each, plus a d6 each, plus another 12, 14 shots. All right, so we've got 32 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Samael. We'll come back to you with that. Re-rolling the 1s. All right, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling the 1s because of the Talon Masters. Either which one. All right, so that is going to be a bunch. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so we got 18 wounds through. My opponent's going to start with the platforms first. So they've got 3 up base save, plus they're in cover, so this is going to be 2 up saves. Making all of those. Making all of those. Making all of those. And making all of those. Sorry, 2 more. Making both of those. And now my other squad of aggressors is going to try the same thing. So we've got 18 plus an additional 7 shots. All right, so 25 shots here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s because of Samael. All right, we'll come back to you with that. And then wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Masters. All right, so that is going to be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 wounds. These are going to be, again, 2 ups. We're going to start there. So we're going to start with the first 4. Making all of those. Making all of those. Woo, making all of those. And the last 4. Failing 1 of those. All right, so now my speeders are going to get some action into here. So we're going to start with my speeder on the left here. He's going to fire into this, the Talon Master. So we're going to start with the Twin Assault Cannon, hitting on 4s because he moved, re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. All right, re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. Pretty good there. These are strength 6, so these are going to be wounding on 2s. All right, rerolling 1s because of themselves. So that's going to be 3, 6, 9 wounds here. These are going to be AP minus 1 and ignoring cover. So they're looking for, we're going to come back to you with that. So they're going to have a 4-up invul save because of Celestial Shield that my opponent spent when I was choosing them over there. So this is going to be 9 4-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. So the platform plus 3 more wounds. And then his twin heavy bolter hitting on 4s again because he moved. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. All right, so that's going to be 2 misses there. Strength 5, so 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, so that's going to be 2 at AP -1, so 4-up invul saves, making 1 of them. And now Samael's going to do the same thing in there. So twin assault cannon hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Rerolling 1s. Alrighty. So that's going to be wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Masters. So that is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. AP -1s, 4-up invul saves. Failing, wow, 4, 6 of them. And the twin heavy bolter. Rerolling 1s. So that's going to be 6 hits, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. Okay, so that's going to be 3 at AP -1. 4-up invul save, so another 1 did. And my last Talon Master is going to be firing into him again. Twin assault cannon hitting on 4s because he moved. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. Alrighty, so that's going to be a few misses there. These are now going to be wounding on 2s. That is all hits, so that's going to be wounds. That's going to be 8 wounds here at AP -1. Again, 4-up invul saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And the twin heavy bolter. Rerolling 1s and 2s. So that is going to be 3 hits, wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. That is going to be 1 wound, 4-up invul. No, did. And then my heavy bolter guy over here is going to fire into his wave serpent there. So I got 3 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. That is 3 hits. Strength 5, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Makes 1, fails 1. Spirit Stones. Does not make it, so another wound. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, I'm going to spend 2 command points on full tilt for my Gallant here to charge into his Wave Serpent. So his Overwatch is going to be 9 shots here, hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits. These are strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP nothing. I gave him the 2-up armor save relic, so this is going to be making that one. His charge distance into him over here is not going to make it. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Oh, back into a 1. All right, so that's the end of turn 1 for the Dark Angels here. I didn't kill anything, but I do hold an objective, and I do have recon with my guys around here. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Ynnari here on turn. Oh, I meant to say my opponent spent 2 command points to auto pass morale on those guys there to keep me from getting the kill one. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Ynnari here on turn 1. Movement phase for Aeldari here on turn 1. His Shining Spears here advanced from behind that building up to this point up here. His Howling Banshees got out of there and advanced up to this point here. This flyer was the one over there, so he turned, or pivoted, moved, and then pivoted again. We've got his Guardians moved up. The characters inside of this Wave Serpent also disembarked and moved up here. Did they advance over there?
Who?
The characters, or did they just move?
Yeah, they advanced.
They also advanced over to there. The Wave Serpent there just shuffled a bit to get onto the objective. The Dark Reapers up over here got out of the Wave Serpent that was here and got up over this way. Then his Dire Avengers moved out over here. This Wave Serpent moved over here. The Dire Avengers inside of here stayed inside, and the 2 flyers over here moved, pivoted, and moved, and pivoted again to get to where they are over here. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, start of the psychic phase. His Hemlock is going to cast Jinx onto my Knight over here. Does not go off with a double 1. That's a Perils of the Warp.
I'm gonna reroll.
You're going to spend a command point to reroll. You're going to spend a command point to reroll one of those into a 7, which actually does go off and doesn't Perils, so that's pretty good. The Warlock's going to cast Protect onto the Guardians over there. Does not go off with a 6, I don't think. He gave him the Relic to reroll. Spend a command point to give him a Relic in the beginning to reroll. Does go off with a 7. Now his Farseer is going to cast Doom onto my Knight. Does go off with a 7. And he's going to cast Fortune onto the Guardians. Does go off with a double 6, but he can reroll because of himself, right? Yep. So he's going to reroll one of those. Oh, back into a 6. So it does go off, but he does take D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound, but he's got the helm, so 2 up, feel no pain. Yeah, he's good. 4. And then Cat Lady is going to cast Ancestor's Grace onto Dark Reapers, allowing them to reroll 1s. Does go off with a 6, 7 because of her cat. And then she's going to try to get them to Soul Burst. Does with a 9, 10. So we'll come back to you with that first. All right, so now they're going to shoot. So we're going to have the regular guys are going to shoot into the Knight. And then the Tempest Launcher on the Exarch is going to fire into my aggressors over here. So we're going to go with the regular ones first. Yep. These are going to be hitting on 3s because they always hit on 3s. Alrighty, rerolling 1s, but there's no 1s there. These are strength 8, so looking for 4s to wound. Has Doom on it, so rerolling those. Getting 3 wounds. These are AP minus 2. I have a 2-up armor save because of my the Relic, but I'm going to have it minus 1 because of Jinx. So that becomes a 3-up, minus 2 becomes a 5-up. So 3 5-up saves, which is the same as my Invul. Making 1 of them, so 2 go through for 3 damage each. So that's going to be 6 total damage. All right, now the shots into my aggressors over here. So it's going to be 2d6 shots. Getting 9 shots.
Rolling 1s.
All right, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Alrighty, no 1s to reroll there. These are now strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound because they're tough 5. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 at AP minus 2. So 4 at minus 2. So looking for 5-up saves on them as well. Oh, what's the damage on these?
1.
1 damage apiece, so 5 ups. Getting 2 of them, so 1 of them is dead. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. That's it for the psychic phase into the shooting phase. His guardians are going to fire into my 2-man aggressor squad over here. These are going to be hitting on 4s? Oh, 3s, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, these are now going to be strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1, 2 wounds, but they're minus 3 apiece because of the fact that they were 6s. So these are going to be looking for 6-up saves. Not making either of them. That's another dead guy. And this Wave Serpent's going to fire into my aggressor over here. So he's going to have 9 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s as well. Alright. These are now strength 6 though, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting, 4 of them at AP minus 3, 1 of them at AP nothing. So it's going to do, let's do the 4 at AP minus 3, 6-up saves. Making 1 of them, that's not enough, he is dead. All right, so now the Farseer is going to use his Assault Spear to throw it into my aggressors over here. So he's going to be hitting on 3s, that's a hit, strength 9. Strength 9, so wounding on 3s.
He always wounds.
Oh, he always wounds on 2s, sorry. Always wounds on 2s. So that is a wound, no AP. So looking for a 2-up save since they are in cover. Yeah, he good. Woo! All right, so his Shiny Spears here are going to fire into my scouts. They can't see the ones on the bottom because ITC rules block line of sight, but I put the guy with the heavy bolter on the 2nd floor that they can see. So these are going to be all of these ones shooting in there. They've got, 4 shots each? 4 shots each, so we're going to have 4 times 6, so 24 shots that are coming in here.
And then there's spears.
And then there's spears. So we've got 24 shots that are coming in. These are going to be hitting on 3, hitting on 4s because they advanced. Come back to you with that. And then these are going to be strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Alrighty, come back to that. All right, so we have 4 that are AP minus 3, 5 that are AP 0. So we're going to do the 4 AP minus 3 first. These are going to be looking for 6s to save because they are in cover. Make 1 of those, so it's going to be 3 guys dead. And then we have 5 regular saves. These are going to be 3-up saves because they are in cover. Failing another 2, which is the entire squad. All right, and so because that unit died over there, they can actually soul burst, and they moved in advance as those the movement phase back into the building back there. And now this wave serpent here is going to fire into my aggressors. So these are going to be 9 shots hitting on 3s, right?
Yep.
All right. These are now going to be strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 each of AP -3 and AP nothing. So we'll do the AP -3 first, looking for a 5-up save since they're in cover over there. Making that one, and then 1 2-up save. Yeah, with the filfers. Woo!
4.
These Dire Avengers here are going to fire into my Knight. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, real good there. These are now going to be strength 4, so looking for 6s to wound. Getting, but Doom, so get to reroll. So that's going to be 3 total, and they're AP -3 because of them being rending. So the 2-up armor save becomes a 3-up armor save because of Jinx, so these are going to be looking for 6-ups. Not making any of them. Now his Dark Reaper is going to fire everything into my Knight over here. So we're going to do the Tempest Launcher first, so 2d6 shots. That's going to be a total of 6 shots. These are going to be strength 5, oh, strength 4. So looking, these are going to be hitting on 3s first off. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that's all hits. These are going to be strength 4, so looking for 6s to wound. Rerolling because of Doom. Getting 2 wounds, AP -2, minus an additional 1 because of Jinx, so that's going to be looking for 5-ups. Making 1, failing 1. And then the regular guy is shooting in here, hitting on 3s. All right, so that's going to be 1 miss there. These are now going to be wounding on strength 8, so 4s to wound. Rerolling because of Doom. All right, so that's going to be 3 at AP -3. Oh, AP -2 again. So looking for 5-up saves. Making 1, failing 2. So that's going to be 6 more damage onto him. And now his Hemlock over here is going to fire the 2 Flamers into him over here. So this is going to be 2d3 hits. Getting 2 3 hits. These are going to be... he's going to spend a command point to reroll in. Into 2, so that's going to be 4 hits total. These are going to be strength 12, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting rerolling because of Doom. So that's going to be 3 wounds. AP minus what? AP -4, which means that I'm just going to have my 5-up invul save. Well, it becomes a 6-up invul save because of Jinx. Making 1 of them, 2 go through. Those are going to be 2 damage apiece, so that's another 4 damage. This guy up here is now going to fire everything into my Knight. So it's going to have, these are going to be the reds are going to be the Dark Lances, Bright Lances, and the blue ones are going to be Pulse Lasers. Hitting on 3s because he moved. All right, so that's going to be 3 hits there. These are going to be strength 8. Both of them are strength 8?
Yeah.
Yep, both of them are going to be strength 8. So these are going to be 3, all 3 shots are going to be looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 from the Bright Lances, rerolling. Nope. So that's going to be 2 from the Bright Lances. Those are AP -4. So again, 6-up invul save because of Jinx. Making 1, failing 1. Damage is D6. So here we go. 2 damage. And now this flyer here is going to fire into my Knight. So again, hitting on 3s because he moved. All right, rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, so that's all hits. Looking for 4s to wound. All right, rerolling because of Doom. All right, so that's going to be 1 of each. So we'll do the 6-up invul save against the Bright Lance first. That's good. And then we've got -3 on the other one. So I think it, again, equals a 5. Oh, no, 2 becomes a 3, -3, 6. So it's still going to be 6-up. No, failed that one. What's the damage on that one? 3. So he is dead. All right, so I was considering Noble Sacrifice to try to blow him up on a 4-up, but I don't think I can spend the CP. So we're going to have 1 looking for a 6-up to see if he explodes. Oh, and he does anyway. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so he will. Each unit within 2d6 inches will suffer d6 mortal wounds. So here we go. The range, 3 inches. I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll one of those. All right, 3 inches. I think only my scouts get hit.
It
All right, actually, it doesn't actually hit my scouts. They're like just over 3 inches away, but so no one gets wounded. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Howling Banshees are going to charge into my aggressors. I cannot fire Overwatch against them, so here comes their charge distance. 5 inches plus 3 will get them in. All right, so they moved in here, and then I heroically intervened with my Talon Master over here. So these are now going to be his attacks into the aggressors. So the blue ones are going to be the 3 attacks from the Sergeant, who has an axe, right? The Executioner axe.
Yep.
And then the others, the reds, are going to be the regular attackers in here. So these are going to be all hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, these are all going to be tough strength 3s and 4s, so all looking for 5s against my aggressors. Getting 1 wound from the regular there. That's going to be AP minus 3, so looking for a 6 up. Not making it, so I take 1 wound. All right, so my Talon Master is now going to attack into them over here. So he's got 4 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he's -1 to hit, because they're -1 to hit. So he's going to be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of Samael. Rerolling 1s because of Samael. That is going to be 3 hits. These are going to be strength 4, so wounding on 3s. That is rerolling 1s because of himself. So that's going to be 3 wounds at AP minus 3. So it's going to go straight through and kill 3 of them. And now my aggressors are going to attack in here. So we've got 2 attacks each, except for the Sergeant, who has 3 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 5s because it's unwieldy with their power fists and -1 to hit them. So hitting on 5s, rerolling 1s because of Samael. Rerolling 1s because of Samael. Alrighty, so that's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master, so that's going to be 4 wounds. They're going to be D3 apiece. So the first 2 will kill regular peeps, and then the other one will kill the Sergeant. So that will take care of them. All right, so that is the end of the turn for the Aeldari here, and the end of round 1. My opponent did kill something, does hold something at the end of his turn, so he scores those points. I also managed to get first strike for old school, but it doesn't give me a point for kill something because that has to happen on my player turn. And then we go into the end of the battle round. We both hold 2 objectives, and so we tied on that one, but my opponent killed 3 units. I only killed the 1, which leaves me at it leaves him at kill more to my not kill more. So that is going to be it for the turn there. My opponent didn't score recon because I killed off the unit there, so he doesn't have anything over here. But he does have 3 points for Titan Slayer for killing those things, and he did get first strike for his old school. So that is going to be it for the turn here for the Ynnari. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. Movement phase for the Dark Angels. My scouts stood still back here. All 3 of my speeders moved up over this way. Scouts stood still here. My aggressors stood still. So did these scouts over here, and my Castellan moved up here, staying within 3 inches of the objective. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. My aggressor is going to start us off in the shooting phase, shooting into the Guardians over here. They're going to have, they didn't move, so they're going to have 12 shots apiece, plus 2d6 extra shots because of the frag storm launchers, plus an additional 12, 9, 10, 11, plus an additional, what is that, 30, additional 23. All right, so we've got 59 shots coming from them over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Yeah, we'll come back to you with that. Re-rolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right. And these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, so that's 30 wounds. They are going to have a 5-up armor save, which becomes a 4-up save because of Protect. Come back to you with that. And then we have a 5-up ignoring wounds because of Fortune. I think that might be dead. Yeah, that's dead. All right, so now continuing the shooting phase, my Talon Master back here is going to fire into his Dark Reapers over there. My opponent spent 2 command points on lightning fast reflexes, which makes them -1 to hit, which means that he is going to be hitting on 5s, re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. Re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. All right, that's a bunch of 4s that would have been hits, which would be pretty good. So that's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be strength 6, so looking for 2s to wound. All right, rerolling ones because of himself. So that's going to be 4 wounds, AP -1, ignoring cover. So it's going to be 4 up saves. So 4 up saves. Failing 2 of them. And then the twin heavy bolter doing the same thing. Rerolling 1s and 2s. All right, so that's going to be 3 hits. Looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is going to be 2 wounds. Looking for 4 up saves. Making 1, failing 1. My next Talent Master is going to fire into them as well. Twin assault cannon first. These are going to be 12 shots. Again, hitting on 5s because they're still -1 to hit because of lightning fast reflexes. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. Stop throwing your dice everywhere, Phil. Alrighty. So that is going to be 3 wounds. 3 hits, I should say. Wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds, AP -1, 4 up saves because they ignore cover. Another 2 dead. And the twin heavy bolter. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. All right, that's pretty good. So that's 4 hits, wounding on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s because of himself. That is going to be 3 wounds, AP -1, 4 up saves. Failing another 2. All right, so now Samael is going to fire into his Hemlock over here. He's -1 to hit because he's because of him being supersonic hard to hit. But he's a Laytok, but I'm within 12, so I don't have to another additional -1. So these are going to be 12 shots from the twin assault cannon, hitting on 4s because he also moved. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All righty, that's really good. These are strength 6, toughness 6, so looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Masters there. So not great there. That's going to be 3 wounds at AP -1. 4 up saves. Failing 3 of them. The Hemlock has Spirit Stones. Still takes 3. And then the twin heavy bolter, again, hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s. That's 3 hits. Strength 5, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s. Getting 1 wound. 4 up save. Then Spirit Stone. No, it takes a wound. And now my Castellan's going to fire. He's going to fire his Volcano Lance and the Plasma Decimator into his Wave Serpent over here, and he's going to fire the 2 Siege Breakers into his flyer over there. So we're going to do the Volcano Lance first, so heavy D6. Getting 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Oh, boy. And then the Plasma Decimator, heavy 2d6. So that's going to be 9 shots. Hitting on 3s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Strength 7, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP -3. 6 ups? Nope, nothing there. And then Spirit Stones, 1 damage apiece.
1 damage apiece?
Yeah. So no, it takes 2. And then the 2 Siege Breakers into his flyer. So it's 2d3 shots apiece. So 4d3 shots. Getting 2, 4, 8 shots. 8 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s because he's -1 to hit for hard to hit and -1 to hit for a Laytok. Getting 1 hit. Strength, I think, 1 second. Strength 7, so 3s to wound. That is a wound, AP -1. No, goes through, D3 damage. Gonna be 2 damage. And then my scouts are gonna fire into the Hemlock as well because why not? So 5 shots, hitting on 5s because it's -1, -1. They're outside of 12 of him for a Laytok. Rerolling 1s, but there's no 1s there, so that's gonna be 2 hits. These are gonna be strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master there. So that's going to be 1 wound to AP nothing. He's good. All right, so assault phase, my aggressors are going to charge into his characters over here. So we're going to start with, whatchamacallit, the pistol first. Nope. No hit, and then the spear. Nope. Not a hit either. So this is going to be looking for 7 inches to get into the front guy over there. And he's in. And then Samael is going to charge into his Hemlock over here. 2d3 auto hits. Getting 1, 2, 3 auto hits. Strength 12, so looking for 2s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -4, so 4 up invul save because of Iron Halo on him. Getting 1, I'm going to spend my Warlord's extra reroll because of his Warlord trait. Not getting that, so he's going to take 2 damage. So now I need a 5-inch charge. And then my Talon Master is going to charge in. 4 inches should get him in. He was closer. All right, so we're going to start off in the fight phase with Samael into his Hemlock over here. So it's going to be 5 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. So that's going to be all hits. Strength 8 on the charge. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master there. So that is going to be 4 wounds at AP -3. So 4 6-up saves. Mate fails all of them. So that's going to be 8 damage. So he's got Spirit Stones though. So these are going to be 8 6-up saves. Making 3 of them. And now my Talon Master is going to attack in here. So he's got 5 attacks hitting on 2s. No need to reroll there. These are going to be wounding on 4s because it's strength +2, strength 6, toughness 6. So looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s, there's no 1s there. So that's going to be 3 at AP -3, so 3 6-ups. Making 1 to go through, 2 D3 damage. It's going to be 6 damage here, so we got 6 6-ups. No, he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. All right, so now my aggressors are going to put all attacks into Yvraine over there. So it's going to be 7 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 4s because they're unwieldy with their power fists. So getting 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll one of those. All right, so that's going to be all 3 wounds there. These are going to be AP -3. So what she have? 4-up invul saves. Makes 2, fails 1, D3 damage is going to be 2 damage. All right, so now the Warlock's going to attack back. He's got 2 attacks hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 2s because they always wound on 2s. That is 2 wounds. Regular armor save, so 3-ups. Making 1, failing 1. No, D3 damage. 2, that's a dead guy. Then we got the Farseer attacking in back here. 2 attacks. Hitting on 2, so that's 1 hit. Wounding on 2 because that's what he does. Armor save. He's good. And Yvraine is going to have 4 attacks hitting on 2s. That is all hits. These are strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, -2, so looking for a 5-up. No, fails, goes through. D3 damage, 2, that's a dead guy. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. I did get Recon. I got 1 for Big Game Hunter. And I did kill something, and I do hold something. So much better turn that time. And we do have 1 morale test over here. So they lost 6. Yep. 6 plus 6 he is going to be running. All right, movement phase for the Aeldari here on turn 2. His flyer flew up over this way. His Wave Serpent jumped up over this way. His Shining Spears moved up over this way. His character's disengaged from combat over there and moved up over this way. His other flyer moved over there from over here. His Dire Avengers jumped back onto the objective, and his other Wave Serpent jumped back over here. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. And now his Warlock is going to start us off by casting Jinx onto my Castellan over here. Does not go off with a 6. But he does get a reroll because of that relic that he has. Does go off with a 9. And the Farseer is going to cast Doom onto him. Goes off with a 7. And the Farseer is going to cast Smite onto my aggressor. Goes off with a 5, so D3 mortal wounds. Oh, does he have? Yeah, he still has D3, right? Yeah. So yeah, he takes 2 mortal wounds. Yeah. Cat Lady is going to smite into my scouts. Does not go off on a 5 because it needs to become a 6. Oh, the cat is a +1, so that's a 6, so it does go off. D3, 3. Start off the shooting phase now. His Wave Serpent here is going to shoot into my scouts. So these are going to be 9 shots, hitting on the 3s, right? Yeah. All right, so 1 miss, not bad. These are going to be strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 at -3. And then 5 at -0. So 2 6-up saves. Showing them Phil faces. Getting 1. So 1 so far is dead. And then we had 5, right? So then we had 5 3-up saves because they are in cover. Oh, failing another 2 of those. So now his shiny spears are going to throw their spears at my Castellan, and they're going to shoot their underslung shuriken cannons into my scouts over here. So we're going to go with the spears first. The red one is going to be the Exarch.
Yep.
These are going to be hitting on 3s, right?
Yep.
All right. So it's going to be 4 hits. These are strength 6.
Yep.
So looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds.
-4.
AP -4. So he has Iron Bulwark, which would up his armor, his invul save to a 4-up, but he has Jinx, which and Doom. So we got the other 2 here. No, so that doesn't make a difference. So it's going to be again. So we've got 2 that are going to be because of Jinx at 5-up invul saves. Make 1, fail 1. So that's going to be 2 damage. And here come the underslung shots into my dude bros over here. Hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. And then we have 4s to wound, strength 4, toughness 4. All right, we'll come back to you with that.
Yep.
All right, so we have 1 at AP -3, 7 at no AP. So we've got 1 6-up save. Nope, failed that one. And then we've got 7 that are going to be coming in here for 3-up saves. So we got 6. Oh man, I thought I grabbed that. 7. 7 dice looking for 3-ups. Failing 3 of them. So 4 total dead. So now his fighter there is going to fire into my Castellan. So the reds are going to be the Bright Lances. Hitting on 3s. All right, these are all strength 8, so 4s to wound. Getting all 4 wounds. So we're going to do the 1 becomes a 5-up on the Bright Lance. That's good. And then we've got 2 on the Pulse Lasers. Again, 5-up. It was AP -3. AP -3, so again, 5-ups. Making 1, failing 1, so that's going to be 3 damage. And then his other fighter is going to shoot at him as well. So we're going to have the same thing, hitting on 3s. Getting re-rolling because of himself. His Exarch re-rolling 1s, I should say. So that's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. Re-rolling because of Doom. Getting 2 wounds. So we'll do the Bright Lance first. Nope, that's going to go through. And then the Pulse does make it on that one. So the Bright Lance D6 wounds. 1 wound. It's going to spend his last command point to re-roll that. Into a 6, well done. And the Wave Serpent is going to fire his shots into my Castellan over here. Hitting on 3s. All right, these are now going to be strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. Re-rolling because of, whatchamacallit, because of Doom. All right, so it's 1 regular save and 1 invul save. So the invul, because AP -3, so the invul save is going to be a 5-up because of Jinx. He's good on that one. And then I've got a AP nothing, so that's going to be a 4-up save. And I make that one as well. All right, the Shiny Spears are going to start us off in the assault phase, charging into my last scout over here. So he's going to fire Overwatch. Getting 1 hit. Not getting a wound, though. They're charge distance. 4 inches might get him in. That does get them in. All right, so the red is going to be the Exarch. The rest are going to be the regular guys. These are all going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 6 on these ones, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds.
-4.
AP -4. He is just dead. All right, and because they killed him, they're going to soul burst, and they're going to move straight back into their cover. Chickens, no! All right, so that's the end of the turn here. I do have some morale tests to take here. They lost 3 plus 4 is 7. They're good to go. They lost 3 plus 5 is 8. The sergeant is, well, let me just double check on that. Yep, leadership 8, they're good to go. All right, so at the end of the turn, my opponent killed something and he holds something. He also got recon and finished off Titan Slayer. So he's got all of those points. At the end of the battle round now, we both hold 2 objectives, which leaves us at even on that. And but I killed more, killing 3 units. I killed his Hemlock. I also killed his Dark Reapers, and I finished off the Guardians this turn. My opponent killed the Scout Squad over here, and he also killed the and finished off the aggressors on his turn. So that meant he killed 2 to my 3. So we are even on that score. So that is going to be it for the turn here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. My Castellan shuffled around, so he's still within 3, but he's over here within 12 of him and within range of him. Doesn't really matter. My Scouts over here stood still. Scouts over there stood still. My Talon Master and my Samael and the Talon Master shuffled around the corner over here looking on his Wave Serpent. Then my other Talon Master advanced up this way, rolled a 1 for his advance, and then I'm going to spend I spent a CP on Speed of the Raven, and I got that back. So I still have my 1 CP left, but he is going to be able to shoot and charge. That's it for the movement phase. On to the shooting phase. Start with the shooting phase. My Talon Master is going to fire into his Wave Serpent here. I'm going to have 12 shots with the Twin Assault Cannon, hitting on 4s because he moved, re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Samael. Thank you, Samael. All right, real good. So looking for 4s. These are going to be Strength 6, Toughness 7, so 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Getting 1 wound. AP -1, ignoring cover. So that is not a save. And then he's got Spirit Stones. No, so he takes a wound. And now the Twin Heavy Bolter. Rerolling 1s and 2s. Alrighty, so that's going to be 4 hits. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 more wound, AP -1. Nope. Oh, no, he did good on that one. Then Samael's going to do the same thing. 12 shots, hitting on, again, hitting on 3s because he moved. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, that's pretty good there. These are now going to be Strength 6, Toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master. All right, so that's a way better there than his Talon Master buddy. So that's going to be 5 at AP -1, so 5 4-ups. Failing 2 of them, and then Spirit Stones. Making 1 of those, so he takes 1 wound. And the Twin Heavy Bolter, rerolling none of those. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. These are then 5s to wound, rerolling 1s. So that is going to be 1 4-up. He's good. And then my Scouts are going to shoot into him over here. One guy's going to throw a crack grenade. One of them is going to shoot with his bolter. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. That's all hits. This is Strength 6, so this is going to be looking for 5s to wound. Actually, everything's looking for 5s to wound. Rerolling 1 because of the Talon Master. So that's going to be 1 bolter save, so 3 up on that one. He's good on that one. And then we've got 1 crack grenade, AP -1. Good on that one. These Scouts are going to shoot into Yvrain. So it's going to be 4 shots with their bolters hitting on 3s. Not rerolling 2s, so that's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves. Failing 2 of them. And she's got the 6-up Feel No Pain. No, takes them. All right, so my Talon Master here is going to fire his Twin Assault Cannon into the Guardians, or the Dire Avengers over here, and the Twin Heavy Bolter into his flyer over there. So we're going to do the Twin Assault Cannon first. So it's going to be 12 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he moved. Not getting to re-roll anything because Samael is not over here. These are now going to be Strength 6, wounding on 2s. That is going to be 6 AP -1, ignoring cover there, so it's going to be looking for 4-up saves.
4-ups, invulns, and then it's going to go to 5-ups because you ignore cover.
Oh, okay, so it's going to be 4-up invulns on the Exarch there, so 2 at a time on him. Takes 1, makes that one, makes that one, makes that one, and makes that one. Well done. And now we're going to be shooting the Twin Heavy Bolter into here. -2 to the shots because he's hard to hit and a Latox, so looking for 6s. Getting 2 hits. Strength 5, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. Takes a wound. All right, so now my Castellan is going to fire. He's going to put both of his main guns into his Wave Serpent that was going to fall off of there, so did fall off of there, so we're going to take him off of it. So he's firing him into up there. My 2 Siege Breakers and my 2 Twin Melta Guns are going to fire into his flyer, and I'm going to fire one of the the Shield Breaker missiles into his Wave Serpent as well. So we're going to go with the Volcano Lance first, so D6, heavy D6 shots. Going to be 5 shots, so that's a little bit better than he's been doing so far. Hitting on 3s, because he's still in his top profile. Much, much, much better that time. So we got 3 hits. These are strength 14, so wounding on 2s. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus 5. AP minus 5. So that's just going to go straight. He doesn't have an invul save, so that's going to be 1 second. All right, so they're 3d3 damage apiece. I have to do it one at a time on these because he is -1 to damage caused to him because of being who he is. So it's going to be 3d3 damage for the first one. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3. So 3 stones. Nope, he takes all 3 of those. And the second one is 3, 6, 7. So 6. Making 1 of those, so he takes another 5 from that. So then we're going to shoot the missile into him over there. That is a hit. Strength 10, so 3s to wound. That is a wound. AP minus, can't take an invul save, so it's just going to be AP minus 4, I believe. So that's going to go straight through, and it does 1 second. D6 damage. 2 damage, so it goes down to 1. So we got 1 6-ups ignoring. No, so it's going to go through. So he's dead. Does he blow up? He does not. And then we're going to have the 2 Siegebreaker cannons, twin Siegebreaker cannons into his flyer over there. So it's going to be 2d3 shots apiece. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots total here. These are going to be hitting on -1 because of hard to hit, but he's within 12, so it's going to be nothing from the Alatok there. These are going to be hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit. Alrighty, so getting 2 hits there. Strength something. I think I'm wounding on 3s. Okay. And the 2 twin meltaguns, 4 shots hitting on 4s because of him being hard to hit. Getting 2 hits there. These are going to be strength 8, so 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP minus 4, so that's just going to go straight through. So D6 damage apiece. I'm not in melter range for them. It's going to be 5 damage. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, Samael is going to charge into the Wave Serpent over here. So we got 9 shots in Overwatch. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting 2 hits, sorry, 2 hits there. These are strength 6, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP nothing, so 3-up save. He's good with a fell phase. Woo! And Samael's charge is in. And then the Talon Master is going to charge in. He's also in. And then my Talon Master here is going to charge into the Dire Avengers. Their Overwatch hitting on 5s. Ooh, no hits there. So his charge distance, whoa, 7 inches will get him in. All right, so now my Talon Master is going to start us off in the fight phase by attacking into the Dire Avengers. So I've got 5 attacks with this Heavenfall Blade. These are going to be hitting on 2s. That is all hits. They're going to be strength +2, strength 6, wounding on 2s. That is going to be 4 wounds, AP minus 3. So starting on the Sergeant there with a 4-up invul save. The first one is dead, and then the other 3 will kill. They just dead. Yeah, they just dead. And it's D3 damage, but it doesn't make a difference. They're dead. And then Samael over here is going to swing into the Wave Serpent. So he's got 5 attacks hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. That is going to be 5 wounds. AP minus, or strength 8 on the charge, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master. So that is going to be 3 wounds at AP minus 3. 6-up saves. Failing all of them, so that's going to be 6 damage. So 6 Spirit Stone saves, so looking for 6s on these. Making 1 of those, so he takes 5 damage. And then my Talon Master over here, he's got 4 attacks because he doesn't have the Heavenfall Blade. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Those are all hits. Strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds at AP minus 3, so 2 6-ups. Making 1, failing 1, and then 1 wound, 1 damage, yeah. Because he doesn't have the talent. So that's going to take it. Forgot he has the reroll 1s to wound over here. So that is a wound, so he is actually going to be dead. And now his Wave Serpent, because he's down to 2, has 1 attack into Samael over there. That is a hit. Strength 6, so he's looking for a 4 to wound. No wound. All right, so that's the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. I did kill something, I do hold something, and I hold the priority objective back over there, so I get the bonus point for that. I don't have recon for this turn, but I did get another of the big game hunters by killing his wave serpent over there, so I did get the point for that. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. His Dire Avengers finally got out of the Wave Serpent over here, and then the Wave Serpent moved around the corner over here. The 2 Flyers moved up the table over this way. His Farseer and Warlock moved, shuffled around over this way. And Cat Lady advanced back there, and the Shining Spears stayed back there to stay on the objective. So that is going to be it for movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase.
Smite, though.
Starting off, the Farseer is going to cast Smite into my guys over here, looking for a 5. Getting it with a 6. D3 mortal wounds. Getting 1 mortal wound. And then he's going to cast Fortune on himself. Goes off with an 8. The Warlock there is going to cast Jinx onto my dude bro back over there. It goes off with a 9. And Cat Lady is going to try to cast Soul Burst onto herself over here. Does not get it with a 6. Into the shooting spear. Into the shooting phase, his Farseer is going to throw his spear into my dude bro over here. That's going to be hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2 because it always does. That is going to be there. AP minus nothing. So looking for a 3-up save because he's in cover there. He's good. Dire Avengers are going to fire into my scouts back in the building over there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. So these are going to be wounding on strength 4, so 4s to wound. Getting 1 wound, but it's at AP minus 3, so it's going to be a 6-up save because they're in cover. No, failed, dead guy. Wave Serpent is going to fire his underslung into this guy over here, and the other one's into my dude bro over here. So which one's first? So
main gun.
Main gun first over here. So this is going to be 6 shots here, hitting on 5s because he's down to 2 there. Getting 2 hits. AP minus strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP nothing, so 3-up save in cover. No, I'm going to spend my last command point on this. And then when that squad of scouts was dead, they soul burst, moved, and advanced up onto the objective over there.
Yes,
and then the underslung into my scout over here, hitting on 5s. Getting 1 hit, wounding on a 3. That is a wound, AP minus 3, so it needs a 6-up save. Show me that, Phil Furries! Oh no, he's dead. All right, so now his flyer here is going to shoot into my Talonmaster over here. So he's going to have the reds are going to be the bright lances. Yep. So these are all going to be hitting on 3s. All right, that's all hits. These are all strength 8, so they're looking for 3s to wound. All right, so getting 2 wounds on here. Oh, re-rolling, because they have Crimson Hunter Exarchs get to re-roll wounds against vehicles that fly. He is a vehicle that flies. So that's going to be all 4 wounds. So we're going to do the 2 Bright Lances first. These are going to be 4-up invul saves because of Jink. 5-up because of Jinx. So 5-ups. Making 1, failing 1. Bright Lance. So that's going to do 2 wounds there. And then we've got the 2 pulse lasers. That's going to be make 1, fail 1. That's flat 3. So he takes 5 wounds down to 1. And this flyer here is going to fire into my Castellan. So he's got the 4 shots here, hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of himself. That is going to be 3 hits. The reds are going to be the Bright Lances. All of these are strength 8, so wounding on 4s. Getting 1 Bright Lance in there. So that's going to be a 4-up invul save because of Iron Bulwark. No, goes through, D6. Does 4 damage. All right, so at the end of the turn there for the Eldar, he did kill something, does hold something, so he gets those 2 points. We both hold 2 objectives. My opponent, and we both killed 2 units, so we're both left with the same, tied on those, so nobody gets more and more. My opponent did score recon. He is like by a fraction of an inch into this section back over here, so he does count for that, which is enough to get him recon there, and that is going to be it for the Eldar turn here. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. Movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My Castellan stood still. Samael and the Talon Master both moved up here. He's within 3 inches of the objective, but out of an inch of his dude bros over there. He moved up here, looking over this way. That's not mine. And my other Talon Master moved to the other side over there. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start off with my Castellan here. He's going to put the 2 siege breakers into the 2 twin siege breaker cannons into his wave serpent over here. I'm going to fire my 1 last missile into his flyer over here. I'm going to fire the 2 main guns into his flyer over there, and that is going to be it. So we will come back to you with the shooting now. All right, so starting off, siege breakers into him over here. So it's going to be 2d3 per. So getting 6, 7, 8 shots over here. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he's in his second profile now. Getting 1, 2, 3 hits. These are going to be strength, 1 second. All right, looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP -1, 2 4-ups. Making them both. And then we're going to do the missile into this flyer over here. So he's more than 12, and he's hard to hit, so this is going to be hitting on a 6. Nope, no hit. And now the 2 main guns into him over here. We're going to do the Volcano Lance first, so heavy D6. It's going to be 5 shots. These are also going to be hitting on 6s. Getting no hits there. And the Plasma Incinerator, heavy 2d6. So getting 3 shots over here, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. It's going to be strength 7, looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3. 6-up save. No, goes through, so 1 damage. Talon Master here is going to fire his twin assault cannon into these guys, twin heavy bolter into his wave serpents. We're going to do the twin assault cannon first, hitting on 4s because he moved. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of Samael there. So that is a bunch of 3s that are not good. These are now going to be strength 6, wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at AP -1, ignoring cover. So we've got 4-up invul saves from the Exarchs first. Makes both of those. Makes 1, fails 1. Fails that, so he's dead, and then 2 5-ups. Fails both of those. And the twin heavy bolter into him back over here. Rerolling 1s and 2s. Alrighty, getting 2 hits. Strength 5, 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. He's good. And now Samael is going to fire his twin assault cannon into him. Twin heavy bolter into those guys. So we're going to do the twin assault cannon first, hitting on 3s because he moved. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Alrighty. Get rid of those 2s. These are strength 6, toughness 7, so again, 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the Talon Master. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at AP -1. Fails 2 of them. So now he's Spirit Stones. Makes 1, fails 1. And then we have the twin heavy bolter into those dude bros. 6 shots on 3s. Rerolling 1s. That's going to be 5 hits. 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s. That is going to be 4 at AP -1. 4 5-ups. No, they're dead. And now my Talon Master here is going to fire everything into his flyer here. We're going to do the twin assault cannon first. He's -1 to hit because of hard to hit. -1 to hit because he moved, so looking for 5s to hit. Getting 1, 2, 3 hits. Strength 6, so 5s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of himself. That is going to be 1 wound, AP -1. All right, takes a wound there. And then we've got the twin heavy bolter. Looking for 5s again. Getting 3 wounds this time. Again, looking for 5s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Into nothing. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Talon Master is going to charge into his wave serpent over here. Overwatch. Nope, no hits there. His charge distance is going to be in. And then Samael is going to charge into his flyer over here. Not getting any hits. He is going to be moving 9. He's in. All right, we're going to start the fight phase over here. He is going to attack into him, so he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, 3 hits, strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. Oh no, strength 4, but still 5. So when re-rolling ones, nope. So that's gonna be 1 wound at AP -3. So 6 up save. No. So he's finally dead. Does he explode? He does not. And then Samael is going to attack into his flyer over here. So it's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Strength 8 on the charge, so 3s to wound. Not getting enough there, so it's going to be 3 wounds. AP -3, so 3 6 up saves. No, that's 6 damage. So he is dead. Does he explode? Yes. He does. So within, what's the range? 1 second. All right, so Samael and his guy who heroically intervened over here are going to take D3 mortal wounds. So Samael is going to take 3 mortal wounds, and his dude bro is going to take 3 mortal wounds. He's got fortune on that guy, so 5 ups. Takes 2.
Right, is that all?
And yeah, now his warlock is going to swing in, who heroically intervened. So 2 attacks hitting on 2s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. So that's going to be 2 wounds. 2 3 up saves. Make 1, fail 1. D3. Oh, D3 damage. 2 damage. He's dead. Does he explode? I do not. All right, movement phase for the Aeldari here on turn 4. His flyer pivoted and turned and moved over this way. His Farseer advanced up over this way. His Warlock advanced up over that way. Shining Spears just moved up out of cover over here. And then Cat Lady jumped back into cover over here. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so Cat Lady is going to cast onto those guys having re-roll hit rolls of 1. Does go off with a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Goes off with a 5. And then she's going to try to soul burst them. Goes off with an 8 because of her +1 cat.
And 3 bites.
All right, so now they're going to fire into him over here in the shooting phase, or not in the shooting phase, in the soul burst in here. So only the front 3 are in range. So these are going to be the spears.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. So that's 1 hit. That is 1 wound. Yep. Strength 6.
-4.
AP -4. That's going to go straight through and kill him because he's only got the 1 wound left. Does he explode? He does not. And then his Warlock is going to cast Protect onto his bikes over here. Does go off with a
7.
Protects a 7, so he needs a 7, so he's going to reroll because of his relic. Does not go off. His Farseer here is going to cast Smite. Goes off with an 11, so D6 wounds. 5 wounds. And he's going to cast Fortune on himself. Goes off with an 11. That's it for the psychic phase. Into the shooting phase, he's going to throw his spear into him. -1 to hit because he advanced. That is a hit.
And, wounds on 2.
Wounds on a 2, so that's a wound. 3 up save. No, failed it, which is, he's dead. Does he explode? I do not. And then he's going to soul burst into cover onto the objective. All right, and now he is going to fire into my Castellan over here. So again, hitting on 7 gets him still up the top because he started at 12. Yeah. So 6 would have been, so hitting on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s because of himself. That is all hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 4s. That is going to be 3 wounds. So we've got 2 from the Bright Lances, 4 up in Vol saves because of Iron Bulwark. That is 1 and 1, so D6 wounds, 2 wounds, and then the 1 into the other one there goes through, so that's just a flat 3. So a total of 5 wounds. All right, so the end of the game, at the end of the turn here, my opponent did kill something during his turn and does hold something during his turn, so he got those points. He also managed to kill more than I did, and he holds more than I did on his at the end of the battle round, so he gets those points. I did get the bonus point because I did hold that one on his special one on my turn. Then my opponent also got Slay the Warlord for his old school. He also got Recon with everybody in the different quarters there. So a really good turn there for my opponent. So that is going to be it for the Aeldari here. We'll come back to you with the Dark Angels here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels and Knights here on turn 5. I move, so I'm still within the range there, but I'm within 12 inches of his dude bro here. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, shooting phase. I'm going to fire everything into him except for my plasma, which I'm going to supercharge and fire into them. So we'll start over here. We're going to fire the twin Meltaguns first. So he's within 12, so I don't have the Laytalk to worry about, but he's still hard to hit. So it's going to be 4 shots hitting on 5s. Getting 1 hit. This is going to be strength 8, so 3 to wound. That is a wound, AP -4 because it's Melta, so let's go straight through. I don't think I'm in 6, so just D6 wounds. 6 wounds. And then we've got the Volcano Lance. That's 1 shot, hitting on a 5. No hit. And the twin Siege Breakers. Gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots here. These are going to be hitting on 5s. Getting 3 hits. Strength 7, toughness 7, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP -1, 4 ups. Failed 1, that's going to be enough to kill him. And he's not within 6, so I don't think it's going to make a difference if he explodes. And then the plasma into his dude bros back over there, so it's going to be 2d6 shots. Gonna have 3 shots. Hitting on 4s, because he's in his second profile there. That is going to be 2 hits, no explodes, which is good. So he's going to be strength 8, so looking for 2s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP -3. 4 up invul saves. No, failed them, so that's going to be 2 dead. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 5. I did kill something, and I do hold something. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Aeldar. All right, movement phase for the Aeldar. These guys advanced over here, looking on my knight. His dude bro back there jumped back onto the objective, and that's it. Everyone else stood still holding their respective objectives there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We're just going to skip the psychic phase because there's nothing that really anyone can do that make any sense. So we're going to go straight into the shooting phase. All right, so now they are going to shoot into my Castellan over here. They're going to throw their spears, hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s because they advanced. Forgot about that. So that's going to be 5 hits.
6.
Oh,
Strength 6.
Strength 6. So these are going to be looking for 5s to wound. Getting 3 wounds.
-4.
3 -4. So it's going to be 4 up invul saves because of Iron Bulwark. Making 1 of them, so 2 go through. So it's going to be 4 damage. And then the 5 bikes are going to shoot their underslungs into him over here. These are going to be hitting again on 4s because they advanced. Come back to you with that. And these are strength 4, so they need 6s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 up invul save because they're AP -3 when they get 6s there. So looking for 4 up invul saves. Make 3 of them. All right, and that is the end of turn 5 for the Aeldar. He didn't kill anything, but he does hold something. He also got his final point for recon. I think that's up. He's full up on recon now with 4 points for that. But at the end of the battle round, he does hold more than I do, but I killed more than he did. So we are now going to come to you with turn 6. All right, moving phase. Not moving. So we're going to go straight into the shooting phase into these guys. So we're going to go with the, we'll do the Meltas first. So that's going to be 2 twin Meltas, so 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s because he's in his last profile now. Not getting anything. Twin Siege Breakers. Going to get 2, 4, 6, 7 shots here. Again, hitting on 5s. That is going to be 2 hits. Strength 7, so 3s to wound because they're tough 4 because they're on bikes. No wounds. I'm going to do the Volcano Lance. Get 1 shot. That is not a hit. And now he's going to fire the plasma that he's going to supercharge here. So 2d6 shots. Getting 3 shots. Getting 2 hits. That 2 did not explode. That is 1 wound. AP -3, 4 up invul save. No, so 1 of them will be dead. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. I didn't kill anything, but I do hold something, so I got 1 point for that. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Aeldar. Movement phase, they just moved over to here onto the objective and getting ready to shoot at him. Gonna skip the psychic phase yet again, and we're gonna come back to you with the shooting phase. 4 spears hitting on 3s because they just moved. So that's gonna be all hits. Strength 6, so 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. -4, so 4 up invul saves because of Iron Bulwark. Make 1, fail 1. That's going to be 2 damage. He's down to 1 wound. And then the 4 bikes underslung here, hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to that. And 6s to wound. Strength 4, toughness 8. Getting no wounds there. All right, so now he is going to declare in the assault phase a charge into my guys. So let's fire some Overwatch. Looking for 6s on the twin Meltas. Getting none. Siege Breakers. Getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound. AP -1. They're good. Then we've got the Volcano Lance. Getting 4 shots. Getting 0 hits. And the Plasma. Getting 3 shots. Not overcharging. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound. And that is not a save. So 1 wound onto one of the guys in Overwatch here. And their charge distance is totally in. All right, so now he's going to have 8 attacks in close combat over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, all but 2 hits. Pretty good. Strength. 6. So 5s to wound. And no wounds. Oh, that's killer. And then I'm going to try to happy dance all over them over here. So it's going to be 12 attacks with the Titanic feat, hitting on 6s because he's in his last profile. Getting 1, 2, 3 hits. These are going to be strength 8, so wounding on 2s. That is going to be 3 wounds. AP -2, 4 up invul saves. Oh, 1 second. Oh, that's only against shooting, so these are going to be 3 5-ups. Making 2 of them, so it's just going to kill the 1 guy who is wounded, so leaving him with 3 guys there. They lost, what, 1 guy in this turn? So they cannot fail leadership tests. So that is the end of turn 6 here. My opponent didn't kill anything, but he does hold something. At the end of the round, neither of us killed more because neither of us killed anything, but he does hold more. Neither of us killed anything in the last battle round for our old school, but my opponent does have Line Breaker over here, and he has the bonus for his turn because he holds that because he's got 3 guys on it. I've only got the 1. So we'll come back to you with the score here at the end. So, after tallying up the score here, after 6 turns, the Dark Angels and Knights scored 21 total points between secondaries and primaries there, and my opponent scored 27 points, a 6-point victory to the Aeldari here. A brutal, brutal game. Left me with 1 wound left on my Castellan Knight. The 2 of us had swings really hard in this this game, where my Castellan just whiffed, where he was just like baller saves on his Guardians that first turn, but then I had the other turns when I just came through and just myrtleated a lot of things. So, you know, it was an awesome game, a ton of fun, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. You know, the dice go a different way, and I think this game could have been completely different. I think both of us played it extremely intelligently, and you know, it just goes to show you that's what it's going to come down to. You got to play for the objectives. So, like he had there, he had a couple times when he had to hide guys in the ruins to try to grab objectives, even though like the urge to be able to just get out there and like cause some mayhem was palpable. He needed to jump onto those objectives to make sure that he got them to win the round. So an awesome game. I had a ton of fun. Just goes to show you, competitive lists can be fun, even as long as your opponent brings competitive lists. You know, that's all that really matters. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Joey, and until next time, have fun.